when did you and how did you become where you are now?
That's a long story. That's a long one. And that's, I took the cynic route. I really took the cynic route. I had one failure after another. Oh, it was just amazing, actually. I still remember one time when I was doing everything absolutely the wrong way as an entrepreneur, which is pretty much the way everyone I knew was doing it. And that was putting all your money in the business and trying to grow your business as quick as you could and not paying yourself first and all these other good things. And I still remember that very vividly at a time when our car got repossessed and I was there at the door coming back from a really hard day at work. And not only did we not have the money for the car, I was 23, not only did I have the money to pay for the car, but all the neighbors were coming out and Ronaldo was there and like saying they're taking the car. And I didn't even have access to the money to pay the guy off so he'd leave it. We saw a car going right down that road. And I made some really, now when I look back, unbelievable decisions, which of course are your biggest learnings when they happen. But don't ever tell someone that when they're in the middle of it, because that's not what they want to hear. My first business, which was a publishing business, it was in London, and we went from two of us when we were 19 years old. By the time we were 21, we had about 40 people working with us. We were in about 40 different cities doing these really incredible maps with all these national advertisers on it, everything like that. We had a turnover of about, at that point, about $9 million. And I thought I'd made it. I actually left that company. I thought, right, I went on an earn-out. I went traveling around America for some great ideas, and I thought, fantastic, I've got this earn-out, which means it's kind of like when you win the lottery and the guy who is giving the prize says you can either take one lump sum or you can get paid every single year for life. And you think, well, the second one sounds pretty good. I've got a lot more money coming that way. So that's what I did without any idea of exactly what I was doing. And so, of course, I left and I was traveling. I still remember at that point I thought nothing could go wrong until a couple of months into it. And I speak to I noticed that checks aren't coming through the way they should be. I'm wondering what's happening about that. So I then call up my second in command, who's still there working. I said, what's going on in the company? And she goes, no, I left the company. I said, well, when did you leave the company? I said, I left a couple of months ago, just after you. I said, well, what did you leave for? You said you're going to stay? She goes, the new people had no idea what they're doing. So I left, and pretty much everyone else had left as well. I said, well, I haven't got any checks. I don't know where the money is. He goes, of course not. It's not making any money anymore. I was like, what? And I went running back to find out what happened, and I effectively lost all of that I built over those years. Even worse, we had actually, and I didn't even understand this, we changed from being a partnership into a limited company, and we were making money at that point, so of course we had this big tax bill, and now even though that company wasn't running the way it should be anymore, we still owed this tax. So I had at that point, I think it was about 50 or 60,000 US dollars worth of tax to pay off with no income coming in anymore. And that was really hard because you are actually coming from one spot where you think everything's going great, and the next minute, boom, that happens. That was not the last of it. I had the second business, which grew a lot bigger, a lot faster. We went up to, with a second business, which was an internet business. I was working now with two guys who actually set up the whole of Michael Dell's international operation. We took this business up to a value of about $60 million within 2 years. I was 20, by the time we were done on that one, I was about 24, 25. That business, that also, just because they overexpanded in the wrong way, and the politics of it, that one also went bust. And so the third one, I thought, I'm not going to get it wrong. I'm going to go out and get the right financing, the right people. I flew to New York. I got the right guys. I set up a newspaper publishing business. I went out and got 3i, which is the largest venture capital firm in all of Europe. They put in $12 million. I still remember we went up and up and up in valuation. We were up to about 120 million in valuation, and we were ready to list the company. I was spending most of my time with the merchant banks to list the company. My shareholding at that point was 60%. So, on paper I was worth $80 million. And I thought that's pretty good for a 26-year-old. And so I was all excited about all of this. And then the whole market turned, and wasn't expecting that. Market turned. The venture capital decided not to put any anymore. Whole thing went down, went bust. And I thought two things at that point. Okay, one point is I said to myself, there seems to be some kind of pattern here. That was the first thing. There's a second one as well, though. The second one, and I think I just said this to cheer myself up, I was like, yeah, but every time I seem to be losing more, so I must be making some kind of progress. My lesson was very much what Bill says. It is absolutely 100% down to the people you're around, because here's the point. Whatever mistake you're going to make in life, someone's already made it. It's already been made. You want to accelerate your success. It's not trying to get there faster. It's by surrounding yourself with people who've already made those mistakes and learned from them, and then as a result, they're willing to share those experiences with you, and you're curious enough to know more about it. Please do not go through life trying to make an original mistake. No point. That's what I'd like to share.
Great, thank you.